What happens if a shark bites into an undersea internet cable? How do they repair it? And more importantly, how do experts even know exactly where the cable has been damaged thousands of miles underwater? The entire internet and YouTube traffic you're watching right now is being transmitted through hidden cables that stretch across the ocean floor. This is an invisible information highway we use every day without even realizing it. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to dive into the massive underwater network of cables that connect continents across the globe. These undersea cables lie as deep as 8,000 meters, where the pressure is a staggering 5,300 kilograms per square inch. That's the equivalent of having an African elephant standing on your pinky toe. At such depths, the smallest segment of undersea cable, around 300 kilometers long, connects Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan, running below the Black Sea. On the other hand, the longest undersea cable, named Maria, stretches a massive 6,600 kilometers, linking Virginia Beach in the U.S. to Bilbao in Spain through the dark depths of the Atlantic Ocean. Altogether, the total length of submarine cables in the world exceeds 1.4 million kilometers, so long that if you wrap these cables around every planet in our solar system, there would still be enough left to circle Earth multiple times. But laying cables this deep underwater isn't easy. It costs about $2.5 million just to lay down a single kilometer of submarine cable, so you can imagine the monumental cost of laying down 1.4 million kilometers. But why do we go through all this trouble when today's world could just rely on satellites for global connectivity? Well, here's the reality. The world currently has 493 submarine cables, and just one of these cables can handle up to 4,000 terabits of data per second. That means that on just one cable, around 80 million people could stream 4K movies simultaneously. Satellites, on the other hand, are far less efficient. Only about 24,000 people could watch 4K streams on one satellite at the same time. Plus, maintaining and replacing satellites is far more expensive than dealing with undersea cables. So, even though these cables look delicate, just as thick as a garden hose, they are still way more effective. And what might surprise you the most is that inside these thick cables, the fiber optic wires carrying the data are as thin as a single strand of hair. These ultra-thin fiber optic wires made of glass or plastic carry data as light pulses. The light pulses are converted from electrical signals using lasers or LEDs, and these pulses move incredibly fast, literally at the speed of light. But over long distances, these light pulses weaken, so every 100 kilometers, signal boosters called repeaters are installed to recharge the light. To power these repeaters, a copper layer within the cable delivers a direct current of 10,000 volts since there's no external power source in the middle of the ocean. This entire system is designed to withstand incredible conditions, but the cables can still get damaged by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and even shark attacks. The most common cause of damage, however, isn't sharks or natural disasters, it's fishing vessels. Deep-sea fishing boats use heavy trawling nets that can accidentally snag and damage these cables. Now, this brings us to the big question. How do they repair a cable if it's broken at the bottom of the ocean? And how do they even figure out exactly where the break is? When a cable breaks, data centers at either end of the cable instantly detect the loss of connection. To pinpoint the exact location of the break, they use a device called an optical time domain reflectometer, OTDR. This device sends a pulse of light down the cable. When it hits the break, the pulse bounces back. By calculating how long it takes for the pulse to return, the OTDR can determine the precise location of the damage. Once the location is verified, remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, are sent down to inspect the damage. These ROVs retrieve the damaged section of the cable and bring it back to the surface. There, the damaged portion is carefully removed and replaced with a new piece of cable. Because the fiber optic core is made of glass, this process requires incredible precision to ensure the new piece connects perfectly with the original cable. Sometimes the broken cable needs to be spliced together if a piece is missing or if it's too deep. The ends are carefully lifted, a new section of cable is added, and then it's laid back down on the ocean floor. Repairing and maintaining these cables is no easy task. Installation alone can take years. For example, laying down the 6,600-kilometer Maria cable between the US and Europe took over 2 years. Weather is also a constant challenge. The Atlantic Ocean, for instance, is notorious for its storms and hurricanes, which often halt installation and repair efforts for days or even weeks. Yet, despite the challenges, these undersea cables continue to be the backbone of the internet, keeping us all connected. We hope this video answered some of your burning questions about undersea cables and how the internet you use every day travels beneath the waves. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible insights into the unseen world around us.